What's up, world? What's up? What's up? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the videos. Hell yeah. Now, literally, straight to the point. Who's the best? Jay-Z or DMX? I mean, we always talk about greatest rappers and we always talk about No Limit and Cash Money, but we never talk about Rough Riders and a Rock. So I want to talk about Rough Riders and a Rock, being that I'm from New Orleans. And I literally want to speak about the big head honchos, DMX and Jay-Z. All right, I'm going to tell you my take on this right now. Okay. 1996, after the Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Death Row, Biggie era, Ja Rule took over. Ja Rule, Master P took over. Nelly, right? Eminem. But they had this vicious, ferocious guy that came out of New York named DMX. Now, some might beg to different, but I'm going to tell you guys my version of New Orleans, right? I only could tell you where I was at the time when DMX, Jay-Z, and all them guys dropped. All right? It's like this. New Orleans was rocking with DMX. Jay-Z, we start listening to Jay-Z 97, 98. But 98, 99, it was DMX, Juvenile, Eminem, and Nelly, who was the top artist in the game at that point in time, along with Ja Rule. Jay-Z was not in the top. Maybe on the East Coast, maybe in New York, but at that point in time, he was not a top artist in the South, rather in New Orleans. But DMX, he definitely was on in that top list, right? Now, it's funny how I never hear nobody compare DMX in the conversations with Nas, with Jay-Z. He don't come up. And DMX literally held it down. I mean, DMX sold more records than Nas and Jay-Z back then. Literally, he done his thing. DMX used to start off with a prayer, ended talking to Satan, and basically let the world know that he was fighting demons. I mean, you had to literally listen to his CDs back then, literally to get a vibe on just on just how grimy thing was. That song, A Little Hood Rat Coming from 25th, and Janika thought that, man, come on, man. That was like the first single that came out for us to the world. I mean, he had so many hits. I mean, for me, hands down, you can't say top 3 in New York without mentioning DMX. Hands down. Everybody want to say, Nas. I mean, they got a lot of guys out there who fire. Don't get me wrong. Nas got balls. Nas got balls. But you got DMX, you got 50 Cent. You got a bunch of guys out there who came and done their thing. And 50 came and took over the game at one point in time. He had a run where he took over the game. But DMX, at the same time when Jay-Z was out, before Jay-Z had his run, DMX was the hotter artist. DMX was the bigger artist. DMX had more hit records than Jay-Z at that point in time, in that era, 99, 98, 2000. DMX was carrying New York along with Ja Rule. Literally, those two individuals was carrying New York. Yeah, you had Jada Kiss and you had the Locks, you had Styles, you had those guys. And also, right after Biggie died, you had Mace. You had Cameron, he slid in there, done his thing here and there. But DMX, he carried New York, man. DMX carried New York. He came with that dog style, that gutter, raw, uncut style that nobody had at that point in time. He came with it on a whole different level. And so I had to do this live about the two because I don't think DMX get his just dues. when it comes to that conversation of greatest artists in New York or from New York. DMX and 50 Cent, those two guys got to be put up down the top category. You know, DMX has to be put in that list when you're speaking on Jay-Z, when you're speaking on Nas, and you're speaking on Biggie. You have to put DMX in that category. You have to put him in there. You can't leave him out. You can't. What he done in the music game and what he done in the culture, how he changed the culture, you can't remove that. And once DMX kind of like, you know, Jay-Z kind of slowed it down, came with the flow. You know, Jay-Z came with that flow, but then when 50 Cent came, he reminded everybody of similar to how DMX was, that grimy gutter, you know, speak my mind, say what's on my mind. But DMX was that dog, that row, row, you know. So down in New Orleans, we was rocking with DMX. We got to hold on. We started listening to Bump to Jay-Z. Like I said, when DMX started going to jail and things like that start transpiring, we will start gradually listening to Jay-Z. And when we start rocking with Jay-Z, by the time he dropped the Blueprint album, we was on to Jay-Z. We was listening to him then. But at first we wasn't listening to Jay-Z like that. We was listening to DMX. That was the guy we were listening to. DMX. DMX. DMX, DMX, DMX. And you know, and you're right around bumping that Ja Rule because the R&B, how he was coming with that singing with Charlie Baltimore, Shantae, and all them. You know, we liked that style because you got to think New Orleans. You know, we just listen to music differently. That's how come Cash Money came and done what they done. That's how come Master P came and done what he done because we got an ear for music. And DMX, that guy, he could have lasted with anybody during that time. He was like, I mean, he was tearing the industry up. DMX was that guy. So salute, thank you guys for rocking with me. You know, and yeah, drop a comment on who you think was the best, DMX or either Jay-Z. Me, DMX.